Anthony Davis returns after 18-game absence versus the net.
Oh, say less.
12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 of 9 field goals in 27 minutes. He look. But I don't know how many players the Lakers would have traded AD for, but you got to trade him for Luka. There ain't a whole lot of players a team won't trade. It's reported that they called Minnesota by Ant-Man. No. It's reported they called Milwaukee about Giannis. No.
It was already supposed to happen.
Yoke. I'm trying to think. Can you name another?
Well, people, we are back. And just like Anthony Davis, what were your expectations tonight? Were you expecting him to show up and show out or just stay healthy? Man, I was over here with my fingers crossed. What say you?
Know where you sitting at, like.
Feel the roller coaster highs and lows during the game every time somebody hit the floor.
I beg your pardon.
We was on watch, my boy. And without further ado, we got so much to talk about. First, we're gonna hop into this article real quick, and it's gonna do a recap of the game. Marshall scored off 22 points off the bench to lead the Dallas Mavericks to a 120-101 win over the Brooklyn Nets. PJ Washington and Spencer Dinwiddie finished each with 16 points. Brandon Williams had 15, and Kai Jones, the Energizer Bunny, was straight everywhere. And that's facts. And added 13 points. Anthony Davis, with his full first game debut,
I beg your pardon.
the first one.
Put the Tupac tape in. Let it play for the last 3 minutes. So I do a little jig on you. Pump it up. Turn it up.
I'm saying he showed up and grabbed. With him missing 6 weeks, he definitely started the game off right, taking advantage of backdoor cuts and easy baskets to the rim. He finished up the game with 12 points in 27 minutes, and for Dallas Mavs fans, that's good. We just want them to stay healthy, and we got the win. Now, for the Dallas Mavericks team that is neck and neck with the Phoenix Suns for that final play-in spot, what are your expectations? Do you think the Dallas Mavericks, with having Anthony Davis back, can muster up the courage in order to hold down the fort and gain some ground in order to solidify their spot as a 10th seed? And that's facts. I'm just saying, we have been through a lot of up and downs, like a one-of-a-kind roller coaster ride. Just saying. Now, there was a key moment for the Dallas Mavericks guard Spencer Dinwiddie, who knocked down a corner three and assisted on a bucket to Najee Marshall. Not to mention Kai Jones. Those three were able to go on a tear midway through the third, which allowed the Dallas Mavericks to increase the lead, totaling up at 75-56 over the Nets. Coming into the game, the Brooklyn Nets were 9th in three-pointers attempted during the game at 39.1% and 27th with percentage of three-pointers made during the game at 34.5%. Against the Mavericks, the Nets were only able to make 11 three-pointers out of 33. Will end in a tough night for any NBA team. All right, let's tap back into Ocho. I appreciate y'all for indulging that segment. Let's get it.
JJ doesn't like minimal mistakes.
Those road trips back to back.
Indiana traded AD for, traded better than what they played tonight, or what they played against the Bulls.
Yeah.
But they picked right up where they left off, not playing defense. They started with great intensity in the first half, but that waned in the third quarter, and that was really the undoing of them. Anthony Davis returns after 18-game absence versus the net. He returned 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 of 9 field goals in 27 minutes. He look. But I don't know how many players the Lakers would have traded AD for, but you got to trade him for Luka.
Yeah.
There ain't a whole lot of players a team won't trade. It's reported that they called Minnesota by Ant-Man. No. It's reported they called Milwaukee about Giannis. No. They're not getting Yoke. I'm trying to think, can you name another player? You probably couldn't get, I wouldn't break up JT and JB.
Right.
But other than that, your ass up out of here.
Everybody's a green light.
All right, quick question. Who would be another player that would be untouchable? Is there anybody? Do you think the Dallas Mavericks would have been able to get any other team? Are you satisfied with the trade? How are you feeling about Anthony Davis? Did you see how when he was in the paint and got the ball, all the defenders' eyes was basically on him, leaving shooters wide open? And if not wide open, one pass away, there was definitely a guy that was able to take an open three-pointer. With having Anthony Davis without Kyrie, do you think the Dallas Mavericks can survive a playoff run?
Everybody else is green light. So you can't feel bad. And hey, y'all know what I think of AD. I love AD. I like him and Bron together because he was the last line of defense. He could guard pretty much 1 through 5. He was tremendous in the pick and roll.
Right.
Excellent. Help side defense. Could give you 25 and 12 on a nightly basis. But 32-year-old versus 26-year-old Luka.
Yeah. And then obviously
Bro.
injury prone. You know,
Yes.
I was like 32. I swear, I thought he was 32.
which has always been an issue of his, not being able to stay
Correct.
on the court, but understanding what he gives you once he's on the court. But the problem is you make the trade, it happens.
And then also another thing that Anthony Davis does, he's your back wall. He's that Roman safety that you need in the football game, someone who is capable of ball hawking in order to protect the rim. It was countless of times that Anthony Davis' just presence of being in the paint deterred somebody from even wanting to go in there and drive because they knew that he was going to pin into the backboard.
And that's facts.
Comes out, he gives you the 80 you used to, but not enough consistency to be able to stay on the court to make the fans feel like, okay, you know what, we let Luka go, but we still got 8. He's still able to come here and produce. He's not Luka, you know, by any means, but he's still a quality player that can put butts in the seats and be productive night in and night out when he's on the court.
Yes.
To see him come back, have a good game tonight, you know, until he gets his legs up underneath him, gets acclimated to the speed of the game and gets himself back in rhythm, you know. So it's still decent tonight though.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, though, Joe. When
Yeah.
he stays healthy, we've seen him last year. I think he played like 70-plus games, which is
Yeah.
most games he's played in a very long time. We know what he can do. He's
Yeah.
as skilled as anybody. He can shoot the three. Now, he's not shooting 40%, but he got the three ball in his repertoire. Mid-range game, can post it, can put it on the floor, can finish at the rim, above the rim. You follow him, he's going to go to the free throw line. He's going to make 80+% of his free throws. So,
Hey man, how does that sound? Hey, that sounds like a good player, man. That's something the Dallas Mavericks desperately need, especially with all the injuries.
I beg your
I
pardon.
say man, damn.
offensively, and we know he's one of the 2 or 3 best defensive players in all of basketball.
Right.
That's not even up for debate. But like you said, his injury history made it real easy. Plus
Right.
his age made it real easy for the Lakers to say, you know what, Luka. Plus
Yeah.
we got another decade of Luka, and we need superstar.
A quick question: have y'all heard the leaked audio of Keith's brother basically saying that LeBron wanted him in the trade? If you haven't had a chance to check that out and you want me to react to it, make sure you like, subscribe, and drop it in the comment below, man. I got you. Straight high fire, simply put.
And that's facts.
Track, because you look at that, when you look at a court side and you look at everybody else court side, only
different.
the Knicks can rival it.
Yeah.
And it's always been different, and it's always going to be different. And that's what you need to attract those stars to come out and watch is a Luka.
Right.
Doc Rivers says he doesn't get enough credit for winning 3 games in a playoff series where he blew 3-1 leads. No one tells the real story, and I'm fine with that. It's unfair in some ways. I don't get enough credit for winning those 3 games. I get credit for losing. I always say, what if we had lost to Houston in 6? No one cares. One thing that I'm proud of is that we've never been swept. All coaches have been swept in the playoffs. My team achieved. A lot of them overachieved, and I'm proud of that. Did he say this out loud?
Hey man, what y'all think about Doc? Doc coming out here hot and heavy, man. Stop talking about my losses, them L's, man. Y'all think Doc is tripping right now? Is this cap or facts? Is Doc tripping? Hashtag tripping in the chat. Hashtag no tripping. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Hold on. He said this so somebody can write it?
But is this really his quote? I mean, are we happy about losing? But the fact that we did get swept, is that satisfying? Is this some type of moral victory or something? I'm
It's
just
more
curious.
embarrassing that you had a 3-1 lead and you couldn't win another game.
I just want to know how you feel about it.
Storyline.
But they know how. Come on, man. Dog.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Doc, you know what? I wouldn't even say nothing. I said, yeah, hey, that's on me. Yes, I've had 3-1 lead in 5 or
It
6
is
series.
what it
We weren't able to get
is.
it done.
Yeah.
I've got to do a better job of putting my players in position so we can get it done. I would have never, ever said I don't get enough credit for winning 3 games because it's not a best of 5.
Right.
Doc, you came in and there used to be a best of 5. As a matter of fact, I'm old enough to remember that used to be a best of 3. Yes, there were a best of 3. And because you had a best of 3, a best of 5. The
Right.
Eastern Western Conference was the best of 7. So was the NBA Finals. So, Doc, if you had won 3 games in a best of 5, you got a ton of credit.
Yeah.
But in a 7-game series, it's the first to 4, not the first to 3.
And find out it's because they changed the rules on them. Doc say, man, I was good in the old rules. Day we were cool.
And that's
Doc said that. Doc said that out loud.
I'm just, you know, also, I just want to ask you, do you really think this is his quote? Is it from a reliable source?
Yes, him. He's talking. Yes, it's in quotes. Yeah, that's what he's credit for winning series.
Right.
If it's NCAA, you get credit for winning,
One
but
shot.
not in a series, not where it takes 4. Come on, Doc. Doc is too much of a student of the game. Doc has too much basketball high-level IQ to ever say something like this to have it printed. Lord have mercy.
Uh-oh.
If you are here, it's because you want to stay up to date on all the latest news, rumors, NBA, trade buzz, and that's simply put, straight high five.
and that's facts.
Till next time, make sure you check out one of these videos. Also, do you think Doc is tripping? What were your thoughts on Anthony Davis in his first full game debut? And the Dallas Mavericks headed for that 10th spot. or at least to secure it. Till next time, check out one of these videos. Definitely subscribe. Till next time.
Shout out to all the subs who show love.